Santos looked like a devoted cardiac ICU nurse, living a dream life in Dubai, while Dr. Hassan Rahman believed he had married the perfect woman. But behind Maria's carefully crafted image lurked a shocking secret that neither Hassan nor two other respected Dubai doctors could imagine. For years, she allegedly balanced 3 marriages at the same time, hiding a web of deception built on lies, money, and manipulation. Then, just as Hassan came dangerously close to uncovering the truth, he suddenly fell gravely ill and died. What first appeared to be a tragic medical emergency soon became a chilling murder investigation involving a rare poison, secret identities, hidden financial dealings, and a mystery that stunned an entire city. As detectives peeled back layer after layer of Maria's double life, they uncovered a story far darker than anyone expected, one that would end with a poisoned husband, shattered lives, and a revelation almost too unbelievable to be true. Maria Santos arrived in Dubai with a reputation for hard work and determination. Born in the Philippines, she had spent years studying nursing and gaining experience in busy hospitals before securing a position in a prestigious cardiac intensive care unit. The move transformed her life. The salary was far better than what she could earn back home, and she quickly became known as one of the most dependable nurses in the department. Patients trusted her calm presence during difficult moments, while doctors appreciated her attention to detail and professional attitude. To everyone around her, Maria appeared to be the perfect example of success achieved through dedication and sacrifice. Her life seemed simple from the outside. She lived in a comfortable apartment, maintained a polished appearance, and kept her personal affairs private. Colleagues often noticed that she rarely discussed her family or relationships. Many assumed she was simply focused on her demanding career. No one questioned her carefully ordered privacy because long working hours were common in the medical profession. Over time, Maria developed friendships with several doctors working in Dubai's healthcare system. Among them were 3 highly respected physicians who practiced at different hospitals across the city. Each doctor admired Maria for different reasons. One respected her intelligence, another appreciated her compassion, and the third was impressed by her ambition. Because their schedules were hectic and their workplaces were separate, their paths rarely crossed. Maria managed her relationships with extraordinary precision. She maintained different routines, separate contact methods, and carefully planned schedules. Every detail of her life was organized to prevent unwanted discoveries. Business trips, overtime shifts, and family visits became convenient explanations whenever questions arose. The strategy worked so well that years passed without raising serious suspicion. Eventually, each of the 3 doctors became deeply committed to her. Maria accepted marriage proposals from all of them at different times. The ceremonies were small and private, making it easier to keep the unions hidden. Each husband believed he was building an exclusive future with a loving and devoted partner. As the years passed, Maria continued balancing her secret life with remarkable confidence. She enjoyed financial security, expensive gifts, and access to a lifestyle she had once only imagined. The deception seemed flawless, yet hidden beneath the carefully constructed image was a fragile network of lies. Every secret depended on perfect timing and absolute control. Unknown to Maria, a single overlooked detail was already waiting to unravel everything she had spent years building. Dr. Hassan Rahman had always trusted Maria completely. For years, he never questioned her explanations or unusual schedule. The demands of medical work often required long shifts, emergency calls, and unexpected travel. Whenever Maria mentioned overtime or family obligations, Hassan accepted her explanations without hesitation. However, a small and seemingly insignificant discovery began to change everything. While organizing personal documents at home, Hassan found a photograph tucked inside an envelope that Maria had apparently forgotten to hide. The image showed her standing beside a man he did not recognize. At first, he assumed it was an old friend or relative, yet something about the photograph felt unusual. The way they stood together suggested a level of closeness that made him uncomfortable. Although he tried to dismiss his concerns, the image lingered in his thoughts. In the following weeks, Hassan began noticing details that had escaped his attention before. Maria often received phone calls that she answered in private. Some evenings she appeared distracted and anxious, as though she was worried about something beyond her demanding career. Travel plans occasionally changed at the last minute, and her explanations seemed less convincing than they once had. Instead of confronting her directly, Hassan decided to quietly investigate. His medical training had taught him the value of evidence, and he wanted facts before making accusations. He reviewed financial statements, travel records, and old documents. What he discovered left him deeply unsettled. Certain dates and locations did not match the stories Maria had shared over the years. Hotel reservations appeared during periods when she claimed to be elsewhere. Transactions from unfamiliar neighborhoods raised even more questions. As Hassan dug deeper, the pieces slowly began forming a disturbing picture. The mysterious man from the photograph was not a relative. Further research revealed connections to another hospital where Maria had professional contacts. The discovery intensified his suspicions. Soon he uncovered indications that there may have been more than one hidden relationship. Meanwhile, Maria sensed a shift in Hassan's behavior. He became quieter and more observant. His questions seemed casual on the surface, but she recognized a growing curiosity behind them. For the first time in years, she felt genuine fear that her carefully protected secrets might be exposed. The investigation revealed another troubling layer. Significant sums of money had moved through accounts linked to Maria. Expensive gifts, investments, and financial benefits appeared connected to multiple sources. Hassan realized the situation extended far beyond simple dishonesty. Determined to learn the full truth, he began organizing his findings. He planned to consult legal experts and trusted advisors. Unknown to him, his actions were attracting attention. Someone had noticed his investigation, and the closer he came to the truth, the greater the danger surrounding him became. Hassan spent the next several days carefully organizing the information he had collected. What had started as a simple attempt to understand a few inconsistencies, these had evolved into something far more disturbing. His files now contained financial records, travel histories, photographs, and notes connecting Maria to people and places she had never mentioned. The evidence was still incomplete, but it was enough to convince him that she had been hiding major parts of her life. Rather than acting impulsively, Hassan continued gathering proof. He wanted every fact documented before making any decisions. He arranged consultations with legal professionals and began preparing copies of his findings. The process was slow, but he believed patience would protect him from mistakes. If Maria had truly deceived him, he intended to uncover the full extent of the truth. During this period, colleagues noticed that Hassan seemed unusually distracted. Long hours at the hospital were beginning to take a toll on him. Still, he remained focused on finishing his investigation. He had no idea that events were already moving beyond his control. One evening, after completing a demanding shift, Hassan returned home feeling exhausted. At first, nothing seemed unusual. However, within a short time, he began experiencing severe physical symptoms. What started as mild discomfort quickly developed into something alarming. His condition worsened rapidly, leaving him barely able to function. Emergency medical assistance arrived quickly, and he was transported to a hospital where specialists immediately began treatment. Doctors worked tirelessly to stabilize him, but his condition continued to deteriorate. The symptoms were unlike anything many of them had seen before. Standard treatments produced little improvement, and the situation became increasingly desperate. News of Hassan's hospitalization spread through the medical community. Colleagues were shocked that a healthy and respected physician could become critically ill so suddenly. As specialists searched for answers, they struggled to identify a clear cause. Every passing hour deepened the mystery. Despite every effort, Hassan died less than a day after becoming ill. His death sent waves of grief through friends, co-workers, and family members. The sudden loss of a skilled doctor left many searching for explanations. Initially, some believed a rare medical condition might be responsible. Yet several experts reviewing his case noticed unusual details that did not fit a natural illness. Certain symptoms appeared inconsistent with common diseases, raising concerns that something else had occurred. Authorities ordered a full investigation. Toxicology testing was conducted, and forensic specialists carefully examined biological samples. The results revealed traces of a rare poisonous substance hidden within Hassan's system. The discovery transformed the case overnight. What had appeared to be a tragic medical emergency was now being treated as a possible homicide. As investigators searched Hassan's home and personal devices, they uncovered the extensive files he had assembled about Maria. The documents revealed his secret investigation and pointed directly toward the hidden life he had been trying to expose. Suddenly, the grieving widow became the central focus of a murder inquiry, and the case was only beginning. The discovery of Hassan's investigation files changed the direction of the case immediately. Detectives now had a clear reason to examine Maria's personal life in greater detail. What they found shocked even experienced investigators. Records, photographs, and financial documents suggested that Maria had maintained separate lives for years without attracting attention. The more evidence they uncovered, the more complicated the case became. Authorities soon identified the two other doctors connected to Maria. Both men were respected professionals with successful careers and no known connection to one another. Investigators contacted them separately and informed them of the evidence that had been discovered. The news left both men stunned. Each believed he was Maria's only husband. Neither had any idea that she had secretly married other men while maintaining relationships with all of them. As investigators interviewed the doctors, a larger pattern began to emerge. Maria had carefully arranged every aspect of her double life. She kept separate schedules, used different explanations for her absences, and maintained multiple communication channels to prevent accidental contact between the men. The system had operated successfully for years because each husband trusted her completely. Financial investigators uncovered another troubling detail. Large transfers of money, valuable gifts, and investment purchases had flowed through accounts connected to Maria. Although some transactions appeared legitimate, others raised serious questions. Detectives suspected that the financial benefits from the 3 marriages had helped support the elaborate deception. Meanwhile, forensic experts continued analyzing evidence related to Hassan. They examined electronic devices, deleted files, emails, and location data. During this process, they discovered traces of communication suggesting that someone else might have been involved. Certain messages referenced Hassan's activities before his death and indicated that another person knew he was investigating Maria. The possibility of an accomplice changed everything. Detectives could no longer view the case as a simple dispute between spouses. They began searching for anyone who might have helped conceal Maria's secrets or benefited from keeping them hidden. The investigation expanded rapidly, drawing attention from multiple agencies. As details leaked to the public, media coverage intensified. News reports described the unusual combination of secret marriages, financial deception, and a suspicious poisoning. The story spread across social media, attracting enormous interest. Many people struggled to understand how one person could maintain such a complicated web of had been for so long. Under increasing pressure, investigators worked around the clock. Every new piece of evidence seemed to reveal another hidden layer. Yet despite months of work, one crucial question remained unanswered. If Maria had not acted alone, who was helping her, and what role had that person played in the events leading to Hassan's death? The answer was buried within thousands of records, waiting for detectives to uncover the final and most shocking secret of all. Months of investigation finally began producing the answers detectives had been searching for. After examining thousands of messages, financial records, and digital files, authorities identified the mysterious individual who had appeared repeatedly throughout the evidence. The person was not a professional criminal or someone connected to organized crime. Instead, it was an individual who had been closely involved in Maria's private affairs for years and had helped her maintain some of the secrets surrounding her triples marriages. Investigators discovered that this accomplice had knowledge of Hassan's growing suspicions long before his death. Evidence suggested that information about Hassan's investigation had been shared behind the scenes, allowing certain people to monitor his actions. As forensic specialists reconstructed timelines and communication patterns, they found a series of events that occurred shortly before Hassan became ill. Those events placed both Maria and the accomplice under intense scrutiny. The toxicology findings also became stronger over time. Experts traced the rare poison through a complicated chain of purchases and transfers designed to conceal its origin. Although the trail was difficult to follow, investigators eventually connected several key transactions to individuals already linked to the case. The evidence indicated that considerable effort had been made to prevent authorities from discovering how the substance had been obtained. As prosecutors assembled there, a motive became increasingly clear. Hassan's investigation threatened to expose years of deception. The secret marriages, questionable financial activities, and fraudulent documents were all at risk of becoming public. Detectives concluded that once Hassan gathered enough evidence, the carefully constructed life Maria had built would likely collapse. According to the prosecution, preventing that exposure became a powerful reason to silence him permanently. The trial attracted widespread attention from both local and international media. Courtrooms filled with journalists, legal experts, and curious observers eager to learn how such an extraordinary story would end. Prosecutors presented financial records, forensic reports, digital communications, and testimony from investigators who had spent months untangling the complex web of lies. The defense challenged portions of the evidence, but the prosecution continued building a detailed picture of the events leading to Hassan's death. Piece by piece, the story that emerged revealed years of manipulation, hidden relationships, and carefully protected secrets. After lengthy proceedings, the court reached its decision. The verdict brought an end to one of the most sensational criminal cases in recent memory. The respected nurse who had once been admired for her dedication and professionalism was now remembered for an entirely different reason. What began as a story of ambition and success ended with convictions, shattered reputations, and a family left grieving a husband whose search for the truth ultimately cost him his life. The mystery was solved, but the consequences of betrayal would remain long after the headlines disappeared.